Ladies and gentlemen, this is proof. Anything can happen in
Mortal Kombat.
Hello and welcome to this highly anticipated pep talk. My name for the evening will be Autismophria. On my side is LeanTM.
Hello.
Today we'll be talking about this project, Mortal Kombat Project Revision 3. This is a side project of mine that I've been doing alongside MK3 for quite a while. The reason is simple. I don't want to work all day, every day on MK3, since it's taxing on my creative bone and gets old sometimes. So I devised that since Borg117 had stopped doing official updates of MKP, that I'd do my own. Now, there's multiple updates out there like MKP Plus by Gus Galati, MKP 2026 by Fabian Arispe, and countless others. So what makes mine special? It's simple. Total, complete, remake. No more old MKP support. No more complicated and jank code. More freedom, and finally, it's all running on the Eichmann Go engine.
The Eichmann Go engine provides more features for coders and have more flexibility in the workflow, letting you do more stuff than the original MK project ever let you. But most importantly, it has that beautiful net play with rollback included. Now, it might not be the most functional at the time of this recording, but it works wonders. Also, for bigger programmers, this engine has Lua support, so you can do neat stuff like custom menus, games, all sorts of neat stuff, having to code everything into the game.
Thank you, yes. First, it was sort of a massive undertaking, and I had even planned to just build everything on top of MKP. But then in my infinite wisdom and eternal intelligence, I thought, what if I just collab with a longtime buddy of mine who's hungry to do new stuff? And thus, he put together a new engine, which I helped perfect, and boom, we got MK Project Revision 3. Now let's talk features.
One of the first real features is a total redo of code more closely based on Mortal Kombat 3 source code. This will bring the gameplay closer to the real deal while also having its own identity and having a bigger focus on workflow. The game is entirely redone in ZSS with multiple functions for easier programming. It's so easy, even Obsidian Play could do it.
While the task of learning a new language might certainly be difficult for programmers looking to migrate into the new project, it's actually quite easy to just translate everything into ZSS, and its only real difficulty would be to learn the new syntax, which again, is quite easy to understand. As I'll show in this example here, this is a generic Ice Blast block of code for Sub-Zero in CNS. While this is the same code, but redone and optimized in ZSS. Take a look. ZSS is not only more flexible, but you also get access to stuff like functions, which we've taken a great advantage of here. One of the most important ones is that we use them for hit defs. Take a look at how a strike is done in CNS. Then, in our own ZSS system.
The ZSS language is easy to learn, easy to develop for, and it opens up endless possibilities, while also making you feel even better at programming given its closeness to a natural programming language. Now, let's go into the other cool in-game features. Since everything screen pack related will be handled in Lua, we won't need to have clusters of code for stuff like Destiny, Versus, or even Treasures. At the time of this recording, Autismophria is learning Lua to do cool new stuff. For example, the select screen of this project. As you can see, select screen can now scroll. This is done to allow big select screens, minus all the hassle of looking ginormous and small. Also, a brief look at the roster. Keep in mind that the first release of this project will only have the Mortal Kombat 3 roster as we take our time to do exciting new characters and everything of the MK trilogy. Like famous character, Ninja Killer.
If anything fails, we do have a plan B though, so don't worry. If anything fails, we do have a plan B, so don't worry. The screen pack has been completely redone by Bathory Nova with ideas both from him and me. This includes new life bars based on an old concept I had for an MK1 remake, and elements from the 3D era of Mortal Kombat. It looks quite beautiful, if I do say so myself. Also, adding to this, we plan to add new stages. For example, here's the swamp from MKDA. This stage was made by Bathory. We plan to add more in the future while keeping it as faithful to the original MK as possible.
On the character side of things, characters will have new animations, new moves, new finishing maneuvers, and more. Using the leaked source sprites, every character is going to have full advantage of new discoveries, rather than simple visual additions. This will require a great deal of new sprites, but that shouldn't be hard to do. Unless your repeated characters won't be skins, so a character like, say, classic Johnny Cage, or Mortal Kombat 1 Johnny Cage, will play independent from his Mortal Kombat 2 counterpart and Trilogy counterpart. We believe in the philosophy that clone characters are the epitome of laziness and bullshit, and that they should... We believe in the philosophy that clone characters are the epitome of laziness, and that they shouldn't be skins with their own thing. But anyone who wants to make their own version, feel free to. However, we'll advise that you add them as their own thing, rather than replacing the original versions.
My focus is to make a steeper learning curve, but at the end of that curve are endless possibilities, both for character developers and project developers. The community has a big problem with compilations that are done for a quick buck and sold immediately as the greatest thing ever. For example, Solano Edition, New Era, and others. So we have to filter those out and spoil real creators who want to actually do something of substance. This might be harder to develop for, but once you're out of your shell, you really get into it. It's a real treat to do stuff for. However, creation isn't the only thing this project will focus on, as playability is also a big concern. The AI will be akin to its original arcade counterpart, offering a great challenge to seasoned arcade players and newbies alike. However, we will include easier ways to defeat the original, usually cheating AI.
One of the other bigger features that focus on its game are its online capabilities, with characters rebalanced to meet better competitive standards. They provide hours of fun when playing with peers, whether it be over LAN or over the World Wide Web. There's a bit of a curve to learning how to set this stuff up, but at the moment of this recording, Eichmann does not have support for stuff like, lobbies, all that, so knowledge of port forwarding or tunneling services like Radman VPN or whatever is needed. However, these will all be explained in the tutorial at the time of launch.
In the end, Mortal Kombat Project Revision 3 aims to have a bigger, better, badder approach to creating fan Mortal Kombat content, and we hope that you enjoy not only playing, but also developing for this project. We aim for a small demo release to gather bugs and feedback somewhere around 2 to 3 months after this video, since right now there's barely anything to do other than make new characters, so a system strengthen is required. Special thanks of course go to Borg117 and his update team consisting of XT-Hawk, Fly, MZD, and Bathory, since without them, none of this would have happened. We also would like to thank the original Mortal Kombat project team consisting of Marcos, Ratamalo, Ram, and Interloco, alongside of course its sub-team consisting of Max Alturo, Undertaker, and Antoine. And finally, a big thanks to the Fax Collective consisting of Shuck, Dusted and Blue, Yef El Macho, Brain Trash, Obsidian Plague, Sayso4530, Macker, and Polly MKP. They've all done incredible contributions both in technical aspects and non-technical ones. There will be more collaborators, we're sure of that, and we'll sure as hell thank them for their efforts once the time comes. Now, to end this presentation, we'd like to show you one more thing.
No chance! That's what you got! Up against us, too strong! Pretty politicians buying souls for us on ice! Won't find their place in line! But I streak around, thinking now, because it's just a matter of time! 'Cause you've got no chance! No chance!
Moloch will be included in future releases of Mortal Kombat Project Revision 3 as a sub-boss. Big thanks to Samskate, Lowe's 9.0, Marcos, Baker, Bui Alves for their efforts in bringing him to life. With that out of the way, we hope you enjoyed this presentation. This was your host for the evening, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
Rock on, London. Rock on, Chicago. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.